went out as a volunteer with the South African Red Cross, and it was very, very interesting. They took me to some places that were awful and some places that were marvellous, but I lost my heart out in South Africa. It changed my life completely. The first visit I did with the South African Red Cross was to go to this girl, I think she was about 13. She had a sort of shack of a hut that she lived in. Her father had left many years ago, and mother had died a couple of months before that with AIDS. So she was living with her uncle, and it wasn't said, but obviously he was coming back at night with his friends and she was being abused. Uncle was a drug addict and an alcoholic, so it wasn't much good for her. And when she said to me, please help me, there was this white woman with a Maggie Thatcher voice, and there was nothing I can do, and it really felt terrible. I suffer from that. I can hear that very, very often. I always think of it. But a few days later we went to a school of 1,000 children, mostly disadvantaged, not all. Some of them had no food coming into their homes, so the teachers were trying to feed them, the hungry, 100 most hungry. And there I found myself taking pictures of these poor kids queuing up to get food, of chicken necks, rice and cabbage. And I swore then and there that the rest of my life, because I'm not a youngster, what I was going to do was to raise funds to give them a better education and better health.
Mm. So that's how the charity all came about?
That's how the charity started. So I came back and I founded the charity, which was fantastic.
And what's the charity called?
It's called Judy'S Children.
So if you want to make donations, how can you make donations to the charity? I
will try and say it clearly. It's www.justgiving.com/Judy'S Children/donate.
Good. Okay.
And you will get straight on the website. And what I'm really looking for is small direct debits, £2–3, which you can do through Just Giving. It means nothing probably to a lot of people, £2 to £3, but those children, it means an awful lot, because at the moment I'm donating £250, £250 a month, yes, for the kitchen garden and for feeding the children. And it's lovely to have direct debits, because the little ones all add up, and I know that I've got the money there to feed them. From the educational point of view, we've done very well. When I went there, they had one computer. We've now got, I think, about 34. We've got a library with we are sent out 2,500 books. But it's the food, really, now I'm concerned about. Please, can I have some small direct debits, which luckily, hopefully, you will forget about, and it will feed these children.
And when you say direct debits, do you mean sort of a regular monthly payment?
Yes, if you get onto this address I've given you, it says, is it a one-off donation or is it a direct debit? Yes, and then they handle the rest for you.
Oh, good, good. And what do they, when you go over there, what do they call you when you arrive? What's your name?
Mama Judy. Mama Judy.
Yeah. And how does that make you feel?
I like it. It's lovely.
And has anybody else in the family been out?
Oh, yes, my grandson's been out there. He went with a friend from university, and very privileged young boys, had lovely expensive holidays and a good life. And they were out there and they were helping feeding the kids. I got a picture of them with saucepans doling out food. And the first email we got back from them, they said, this is the happiest day of our life. For me, it's lovely to come out here and see you, because at home, with my own family, I'm nobody. But here you make such a fuss of me that I feel important, which I know I'm not really, but it's been lovely to do what I have been able to do for you. Thank you for letting me into your lives and your school. It's very, very important to me. Love you all.